What's going on, guys? I'm Tommy, and I'm coming at you with an action figure review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Disney Parks Droid Factory R2-H25. Disney Parks Droid Factory line does all kinds of different unique astromech droids for all different events and holidays throughout the year, and this year's Christmas droid is R2-H25, themed in a peppermint and candy cane style. If you guys know me, you know that two of my biggest things that I love in life are Star Wars and Christmas, so whenever I can combine the two together, I am a very, very happy camper. So I'm really excited to check this guy out today. I picked this guy up online through the Disney Store app, and this thing showed up within 24 hours of me ordering it. And considering I don't live anywhere near either of the Disney parks in the United States, I think that is pretty impressive that I got it so quickly. R2-H25 comes on the standard style of packaging for the Droid Factory line. On the card back here, you have your Disney Parks logo, your warning, your Star Wars logo, and then the backdrop of the card back here is really cool. You got a lot of blueprints of different droids like a BB unit and an R2 unit here as well. And then down here we have the name of the character and the name pill. We have our blister with the figure inside, and then behind that we have a glam shot of the figure with the Droid Factory line name at the bottom, and you can actually see Crate in the background, probably because the planet matches the color scheme of this droid. Other than that, I can't really think of why they would choose a shot from Crate. On the back of the card back here, we have, again, keeping theme with what we saw in the front of the card back, the back here just has different like Arabesh, and you have different blueprints for different droids. I just see BB units and R2 units on the back here. We also have a little bio here towards the top in about 1,000 different languages with the Droid Factory logo, and it says, "All different types of droids populate the Star Wars galaxy. Each droid is different and has their own unique personality and colors. This droid aided the Resistance along with BB-H20 on the salty mineral world of Crate. Join R2-H25 on their adventures throughout the galaxy. May the Force be with you and your droids." So that's actually really cool. They have like their own lore that this was an in-universe droid. I assume you would take the little candy cane off his head, but maybe this droid was actually something that existed in universe. So that's actually really, really cool there. And then you can see some more glam shots of the front and back of the figure here. And you can also see lots and lots of details, lots of little quips and little blurbs about the droid. So let's check these out. A lot of these come in about 1 million different languages. So we have the primary photoreceptor and radar eye, the system ventilation, the power recharge coupling, the heat exhaust, the quick release fuel system latch, the cargo compartment, the hydraulic arm shaft, and the system lubricant filter and reservoir. That is super cool. This is actually, you know, the more I look at this packaging, there's a lot of thought and care that goes into every little detail of this packaging. So whereas before I was kind of poo-pooing on why Crate was the background for this image, I take that back. And then of course we have all our legalese down here at the bottom. Of course, guys, please don't feed this action figure to your babies. Aside from that though, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the packaging. So why don't we get this guy opened and we'll check him out. Here's R2-H25 out of the packaging. Of course, no accessories with this figure, aside from our little attachment, which is technically removable from the top of the dome of the droid here. That being this little candy cane little base that you can put on the droid's top here. And it's got the little candy cane with the little red stripes painted, and you can see the peg at the bottom there with the little imprints to match the top of the droid's dome. You'll see the corresponding peg hole as well in the top of the dome with lots of red detail. And that's really all this line is. They have one astromech droid sculpt. Well, they technically have a couple, but for R2 units, this is the one that they use over and over again, and all they have to do is repaint the droids, and they just use, in this case, one color to paint the droid all up, and you have all this different red detail. So you have a little bit of a darker red for around the photoreceptor here, which is done in black, and then literally all the rest of the detail on the droid is done in red. And this is a really nice color scheme for a droid like this. Pops really nicely, and for the Christmas season, I think it's a great choice of droid. He does have little wheels on the bottom of all three of his feet as well, so that's a nice touch. As you can see, you can roll him around with no effort whatsoever. This gimmick actually does work pretty well. And then the middle foot can also be removed, so if you want him in that, you know, standing position, that sometimes our astromech droids are in, you do have that option available to you as well. Taking a look at articulation, this is a very basic figure, so there's not a whole lot to look at in the way of articulation here. So you can see he's got a 360-degree swivel at the dome here. There is a 360-degree swivel at, I guess I would call them the shoulders of the droid here, and then there is a hinge at both of the main feet on either side of the droid here. Those go, I'd say maybe 30 degrees forward and back, not too much in either direction there, but again, you know, you have the wheels at the bottom there, so just be wary of that. I will say I don't have much issue with him falling or slipping because of the wheels on the feet, so I will say that gimmick does work really nicely. Attaching that foot back into the bottom of the droid is super easy to do, and you'll feel it kind of pop into place, and then it's really easy to get the feet into a position where the droid looks really balanced, and I think that the feet lay really nicely for an in-universe look too. We'll take our candy cane and put that back on. You'll see there is a little indent in the base where it's supposed to meet with this little receptor here on the top there. And there's our droid. He looks great. I really like this guy. And fun fact, this is actually not my first Droid Factory Christmas droid. I actually have a 4-pack. All these guys that you see on either side of R2-H25 all came from the same 4-pack. Shout out to my buddy 212th Hunter for getting me this pack at ICCCon 2024. That was awesome, and that was a really cool surprise gift. Hunter, of all people, being one of my closest friends, knows how much I love Christmas time. It's also worth mentioning, and I can't believe I almost forgot to mention this, that this droid is a 1/18th scale droid. He is a 3 3/4 inch scale figure. All the Droid Factory figures will scale perfectly with your TVC or other 3 3/4 inch Star Wars lines. So of course on the left here I have the TVC Baylan Skull, and on the right, obviously, I have the TVC Arc Commander Blitz, and they scale really nicely in universe with this droid. So if you're like me and you're a really festive person, you're a fan of the Christmas season, or you just want some more obscure looking astromech droids with unique color schemes to add to your 3 3/4 inch displays, I think this is a great pickup. This guy was also only $15 when I got him, so I would say that's pretty good as well, considering it's cheaper than the current TVC going rates, so I am very happy with this purchase, and I think he's worth getting if you're a fan of the Christmas season. But with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little review. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. If you're an ARC Trooper in my Patreon, you would have seen this review early. If you'd like access to early content, monthly giveaways, and other awesome benefits, the link to my Patreon is in the description below. Become an ARC Trooper for just $4.99 a month. If you're a fan of the reviews I do here on YouTube, or you'd like to support the YouTube channel more directly, you could also check out my YouTube channel membership, Rancor Battalion. For just 99 cents a month, it gives you access to exclusive badges, priority replies in my comment section, you get access to all my reviews early, as opposed to all my content like the Patreon members do, and like the Patreon members, you do get to vote on what I review next for the channel. If you'd like some Blitz Transmissions swag, you could head over to the Blitz Transmissions Armory over on Printify. Link to that is in the description below, as well as links to my Discord and all my social media. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll catch you for the next one, and may the Force be with you.
Breaking off all units, fire at will. 1-2, pick your targets. Too many, Captain. Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6. Anybody cover me. I got 2 vultures on my tail. Gotta hold them here. Watch your left. I can't shake them. I'm here.